saying.
And we're back. As we were discussing before, we're discussing the topic of abortion and whether it's right for the government to regulate it or not. And Farron was having a point on that.
Well, a lot of policies obviously aren't well thought out and perfect, but I think that the government really wouldn't regulate something as divisive as abortion without considering different perspectives of the population, without having representatives to consider.
Yeah, but when they're religious, when most of them are religious, and according to that religion, it's not okay for you to technically kill a baby, they're not gonna, our perspective as a woman, it's just gonna be overshadowed by, their religion. You have to understand that.
I agree, but, in their defense, obviously they're not allowed to take my right. I'll get a schmishmorton if I want one. But in their defense, no, actually, never mind. I don't defend anyone that wants to take abortion away. And I don't think, moral and religious things should be a part of government.
Yeah, because separation of church and state. Okay, moving on to Melanie's point.
Well, a lot of the problems that they discuss were even more seen during the times of Great Division, where there was Bush versus Gore, and there was a great divide amongst Americans. It wasn't a united government. It was liberals versus conservatives and Republicans versus Democrats. It wasn't one united America. And I think that since Obama has been elected, he has opted for change. And even if people don't necessarily agree with some of his views, they agree with change. And that, I think, has brought about, really good things for the country.
I disagree. I don't think he's uniting us at all. I think that, if you watch Fox News and the O'Reilly Factor,
I was gonna say O'Reilly
there's a lot of tea parties and stuff just protesting his policies.
On the O'Reilly Factor, actually, it shows that it's actually more united. That Republicans have actually felt more connected, even though they may not agree with some of the views. It's more connected than Bush v. Gore times. It's much more.
Well, in my experience of voting this year, I was in line with mothers, fathers, people in the army, people who are passing out abortion pamphlets that I wanted to kill, just people with a lot of different views. And even if they might be, whether they're more united or divided or whatever, they still all have faith that the government can provide the change that they need in the future and that they want. And obviously we can't fix things by ourselves single-handedly. And also government, the whole democratic institution was designed for people to put in their perspective, to be a part of the process, to control their destiny, to have something to do with their future.
The quote by Lincoln, I think, sums it up, of the people, by the people, and for the people, because I think that's really what government stands for. Just like Farron said, I think that's what people want.
I think people are very, very hypercritical, and we can't
expect
an institution. You can't expect an institution to be flawless or to truly represent the millions of people in America. But in the end of the day, the government's who we turn to solve social injustices, problems. We need something strong.
Like Hamilton said, Lee H. Hamilton, is that his name? Basically, we all agree that government is highly necessary for,
a functioning society.
Exactly. But it is flawed, and
of course there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to
the next generation
for reform. And it's all on Courtney's shoulders because she's short.
But according to Gleek, I'm gonna fail at UF, so maybe not everyone's gonna fail. Well, all right, we're done.
Well,
this
Mr.
has been
Gleek,
good.
Now I know what it feels like to be a Gleektopia.
Bye.
Bye. See you on Twitter.